na mwavuli sahi hapa. Sawa.
I'm celebrating Sex Workers Day.
I'm here, I'm an activist. I'm here acting for the well-being of the sex workers.
Yeah, I've come all the way from Kisumu. I'm representing an organization called CASH that's keeping alive society hope.
Sex work is work. My body, my business. Respects my body.
Sex workers experience violence every day, but this is a way to get the world to be more aware of the experiences that sex workers have.
And we want the government and the people of Kenya to accept the sex workers the way they are. Sex work is work.
We want to be heard. We want to have rights like everybody. I'm a woman, I'm a sex worker. I should have rights.
Twendeni.
To come together to say no to violence against sex workers was a big deal, and especially because it was the first time that sex work was in the public domain like that.
December 17th came about when a group of sex worker activists and partners came together for a meeting to discuss findings of a research, and it's one of the outcomes from that meeting that we decided to mark this International Day to End Violence Against Sex Workers for the very first time in East Africa.
So, sisi ni kina nani? We are mothers, we are fathers, we are sisters, we are daughters, we are brothers, we are human beings and we deserve human rights. We are sex workers and we are living from selling sex.
We are the one who takes care of you at night. So you don't gonna stress.
Well, if you ask me who is not who is a sex worker and who is not, I think basically we are all sex workers. People are in relationships and sexual relationships for different reasons, personal gain, financial, economic. So for me, I think we're just all sex workers. It's just a matter of identifying as one and being able to be comfortable and proclaim that you are a sex worker.
And I am proud to say that I'm a sex worker, and I'm proud I have really changed the life of my brothers. Yeah, I have paid their school fees up to college. I have helped my friends. If they have graduated, I'm not a graduate.
People need to understand that these are women and men who have families, who are supporting their families, and oftentimes it's about economic survival. It's about providing food to eat to your family. It's about educating your family.
Some people do sex work to feed their family, yeah, and because of poverty, there are no jobs. And sex workers, people have accepted sex workers' work.
I've told you, next year I'm going to standard age. Lazima niingie ofisini ndio nilipe school fees. Aenda shule mzuri.
My family is good because they have accepted I'm gay and I'm a sex worker.
Recognizing yourself as a sex worker, I think it's one of the first steps that comes with psychological therapy that one can give to herself or himself as a sex worker.
What was great about this December 17th event in Nairobi was that it brought together sex workers from all over the country. And there was male and female sex workers, because people often think that sex workers are only female. You know, so we were able to show the different faces of sex work.
Stigma and discrimination inakuanga kwa sex workers wote, but male sex workers, we face added stigma and discrimination. Kweli uongo? Male sex workers, we face added stigma and discrimination.
I have moved like 10 houses now in Nairobi. I get letters from this Mungiki sect. They put down and say, we are going to, to chop your head.
The thing is, mama zetu na baba zetu wanaambia yule mama yule malaya yule, mama keshoga yule. Unamwona yule mama, mtoto wake anavaaga sidiria. Unaona yule mama, mtoto wake anabeba kama mwanamke.
Watoto wako hawezi kucheza na wengine, wakienda kucheza wanaenda kufanya kwa malaya. Ukipita kwa barabara unaonekana kwa vidole. Is that fair?
Sex work, it is the only hardest job in the world. I've been arrested, I've been raped by the police and the city council, I've been beaten by the police and city council, I have been also attacked by mob justice, I've been raped by thieves. We always face a lot of shit from the streets.
Ukiwa kwa street, askari akija kibeti yako alipata na kondo, wewe ni malaya. Does that mean I'm a prostitute if I carry my condom? Is it wrong to carry a condom in your purse? Hiyo inamaanisha wewe ni korona?
Tuko na shida moja. Condoms. Condoms ni problem. Male sex worker kupigana na karao ama kanji umebeba condom unashikwa. Ukipenda na lubricant unajua kama kwa mbili alafu unaambiwa ingia kwa boots. Ukiingia kwa boots nini bend over. Si ndio?
Sex workers were used for many years for HIV and AIDS and STI prevention research. And I think out of that also came the impetus to organize and to say, no, I mean, we're not vectors of disease. Oftentimes, we are actually the victims.
Many a times we find clients who would try and coerce or even force sex workers to have sex without protection. But for a sex worker who has that knowledge and that information and values her life, would say no.
You know, I'm positive, so the best thing I want you guys to do is, I know you got a lot of clients who are, some clients are positive, but they will never tell you they are positive. So you must learn how to negotiate with the client.
I can agree with the client. He's going to pay me. He reaches in the room. He do his act. He doesn't pay me. He beats me up. I'll go nowhere. They know we have no rights. He says, I'll use condom. On the way, he removes it. You start complaining. He beats you. He rapes you. Where will you go? Nowhere. You have no rights.
And to talk about the HIV/AIDS, status, not to keep quiet because it's killing them. And in the MSM community, people doesn't want to talk about it. And for me, when I disclosed that, I got a lot of stigma from people from the MSM community. Yeah, but when I met the male sex workers, embraced me, and they started coming out every day. John, I'm positive. John, I'm positive. John, I'm positive. John, I'm positive. How can we do about this?
According to the law, to be treated for a sexually transmitted infection, you need to be treated with your partner. Should a sex worker need to go for treatment of a sexually transmitted disease or an infection and is asked to come with a partner, she wouldn't know which client to come with, and therefore hindering her from being able to access this healthcare services, which is it's a need. It's not a want. It's a need for a sex worker to be able to stay healthy and to be able to continue with her work.
Only thing the government should be advocating on is, if you're a sex worker, 100% condom use. And if you're a sex worker and you know your status, you should be following your adherence.
My sexual behaviors must be 100% condom use. I eat well, I stopped drinking so much, I smoke less, yes, but I accepted, I live positive, I live a positive life.
Ukienda hospitalini, once tu daktari alipokasoma hapo jana, he attend you well.
Alimaliza shughuli.
Na saa zile anakuja kukudai na kukuta sweetheart, baby, I have 2K. Na kwako yeye mwenyewe ataachia kwa bibi yake pesa ya nyama. Tuko watu warembo.